and one who dedicated her Nobel Peace Prize to Donald Trump. Can I get a shame? No, we must strive to be better than that, my friends, and we must continue to advocate against military intervention in Venezuela. No matter how desperately we may want change, we cannot be willing to accept just anyone be in power. And that doesn't just apply there, it applies here too. Now here in Florida, we've seen the continued assault on our history and our existence for queer folks. From book bans to restrictions on gender-affirming care that began years ago, to the erasure of our art, which began just months ago. But are we gonna take it? I said, are we gonna take it? Damn right we're not gonna take it. Look now, I'm not gonna tell you exactly what we're gonna do, but all I'm gonna say is that chalk is very cheap and crosswalks and potholes are everywhere. And I want to be clear, I know there's a fierce debate in our movement about whether or not we should demonstrate in front of Pulse. And I'll be honest, I have my opinions, but it's not my job to tell you where you can't and cannot demonstrate. That's not what movement work is about. But what is a movement? What is a coalition? A coalition is a group of people who came together for a defined goal. For example, we put a coalition together that worked together to pass equitable maps for redistricting Orange County, and we just won that fight. Can I get a hell yeah? Hell yeah. But a movement is a long-term vision. It seeks to bring forth a new version of this world that is bound by a set of principles. Simply put, within a movement, there can be many coalitions, but a coalition alone is not a movement. Now, as Obsidian mentioned, our movement has many principles and values, but one of my favorite ones is this. If we teach and model effective non-cooperation at various scales, we can build a people's uprising that will weaken billionaire power. Let me repeat that for y'all. If we teach and model effective non-cooperation at various scales, we can build a people's uprising that will weaken billionaire power. That's right. Now, non-cooperation. Who here knows what non-cooperation is? Make some noise. See, I saw some of you not making noise, and that's good, because I'm here to educate. I'm here to teach. But non-cooperation is really simple. It just means not doing what you're told. Now, for a lot of people, that looks like a strike. That means not shopping at certain places. But in order to get to mass non-cooperation, we have to engage in individual non-cooperation first, and group non-cooperation, and then in mass. Can I get y'all to say individual? Can I get y'all to say group? Can I get y'all to say mass? Hell yeah. You guys are great. You guys are awesome. Okay. Look, my comrade Caleb is going to talk shortly about a mass strike. But that mass strike cannot happen first without individual group cooperation. In other words, there would have never been the mass boycotts of the Montgomery bus system if Rosa Parks and others hadn't first chosen to not get up. Right? Right? And if you're still not getting it, let me put it to you this way. Non-cooperation is a muscle. It's like saying, listen, let me put it this way. If you don't have the courage to go and chalk some sidewalks, good luck going on mass strike. That's like saying you're going to bench press 500 pounds, but you can't even bench the bar. Right? You gotta get there. You gotta learn. Now look, the last thing I want to say is this. Every time we have a No Kings protest coming up, I see a lot of leftists posting online about how permitted, cop-friendly protests will not overthrow the regime. And I agree. And frankly, they're right. You know, even if we show up to City Hall every month as we have, with thousands, tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of people, it won't be enough. No, my friends, we must engage in a wide variety of tactics, and we must be willing to do so for as long as it takes. So please, please, please remember, no one is coming to save us. Not the Democrats, certainly not the Republicans. It's on us to keep us safe. And so, again, please, before you leave here today, plug into this movement. Any other organizations that have spoken before me that will speak after, plug in with them. Whether it's through mutual aid, where are my mutual aid folks at? I know you're all somewhere. They're in there somewhere. They're wearing teal shirts. They say, ask me about mutual aid. If that's your jazz, get into it. Now, if you want to do the escalation work, that's also possible. Political education, we have the AV Guild folks up here with our audio and sound, super important. And we even have the Shit Posters Guild if you want to just make memes and post online. There's a role for everyone in this movement. So go out there, have a good time, and remember, Pride was a riot before it became a parade. Justice and love, y'all.
That's right, Pride was a riot before it was a parade. How many people here are going to Pride after this? Awesome. Send them our love. I gotta say, I love Pride, but I gotta say though, I don't agree with having the cops march in the parade or anything like that. But you know what? No permanent friends, no permanent enemies, as Ramon says. So we have to work together even when we disagree to accomplish the things we want to accomplish for the LGBTQ community. So please remember that even if you are against some of the stuff that Pride is doing now, please remember they're still fighting for our rights, and we need to fight with them.